There is one thing that we do that I don't understand. Hmm? There's God in his own wisdom decided to create us. And then when he created us, he created bladder for us. Bladder is down there inside our pelvis. Now its function is to store our urine. Our kidney produces urine. The urine is being released into the bladder. Then at a point in time, when the bladder gets full, it's supposed to empty, or it's supposed to be emptied. As simple as that. So God decided to connect our bladder to our brain, so that when it gets full, there will be a signal sent to the brain that our bladder is full, telling us that we should go and empty it. When the signal comes for you and I to go and empty the bladder, then we will decide and say that you are busy doing something, you are having a conversation with somebody, so you can't stand up. The most funniest one is the people that have been watching Kunkum Bagia, because they don't want to miss a scene. They don't want to stand up and go and urinate. So they'll be sitting there and be tickling and be turning and be... What are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? What are you doing to yourself? No. Explain it to me in a simple sense that will make me understand. Now, come closer, let's talk about the problems that you're putting on yourself. When you are having a bladder that you refuse to... when you have a bladder that you refuse to empty it, number one, let's talk about the most serious one. There is a sphincter under the bladder. And that sphincter is what tends to regulate whether the bladder should open and close based on your decision making. Now, if you don't empty your bladder at the time that is supposed to be done, the bladder is going to expand. The bladder, so if originally it has a certain size like this, it's going to expand because the urine keeps producing. There is nothing telling the kidney that it should stop producing the urine. The only signal that is there is that it will tell you to go and empty the bladder because it is full. So if you don't do it, the kidney will keep producing urine and more urine will be coming inside the bladder. So the bladder will keep expanding and expanding. If you don't take time, you hear go. Now, if you don't hear go, there is a sphincter under the bladder that controls it. So that is what is going to tell you that open and relax so that urine will come out or urine will be stored inside. Now, that sphincter can lose its function. And when that sphincter loses its function, you will tend to have a condition that we call urine incontinence. Simply meaning that you can't control your bladder anymore. So you just be sitting there before you realize where you are sitting is wet. You'll be sitting there before you realize your trouser is wet. You'll be sitting there before you realize your whole environment is smelling urine. Why? Because you decided to sit down and watch Kunku Badia. 2, you decided that you're having a meeting, you can't stand up, you're having board chairmen, you're having blah shit. Because of that, you can't stand up. Now, see the problems you are facing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our health first. Now listen, number 2, if you keep urine inside your bladder, what you are doing is that you are providing a convenient environment for bacteria to grow. So the more you keep the urine, the more bacteria tends to multiply. And bacteria tends to stand on the fact that we call unity is power. Bacteria is the most serious example of unity is power. The more they are, the more their quantity, the more the damage they can cause. If you keep your urine there for a time or for a period of time, what you are allowing them to do is that you are allowing them time to multiply. And when they multiply, they start affecting the urinary tract. They start affecting your bladder. Then you tend to have a condition we call urinary tract infection, which is very, very, very common these days. UTI has become very common. Every single day, you tend to see a patient with UTI. And UTI can lead to what we call kidney damage if it is not treated very early. So you see, just you keeping urine inside your bladder can take you to a level that it will start damaging your kidney. It's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put certain things aside. Let's put certain jokes aside and let's prioritize our health, okay? It's very, very important. So yes, from today onwards, let's make it a challenge. You and I, as soon as you start feeling the urge to urinate, remember that your bladder can expand. Remember that your sphincter can lose and get you complications and even embarrass you in certain situations. So first thing, when you hear the signal, just get to the washroom, empty your bowel, and come out. It's as simple as that. My name is Kelvin. If you want to keep getting more health use of this sort, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please give a like to our video, okay? So that YouTube can recommend to a lot of more people. So that most of us will tend to get all this information. It's because we don't know. That is why we keep doing it. So if you want to help somebody, share this video to your neighbor, okay? Thank you very much for doing so in advance. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.